That's right. There's no doubt Russia and Iran are very close partners in the Gulf, and their cooperation, their partnership has grown stronger as pressure from the West has grown stronger on both states as well. Russian media are saying that trade and cooperation will be this key focus of the talks. Behind the scenes, though, we do know it's come on the back of this rather large weapons deal, which was confirmed by Iranian officials, Iranian state media at the end of November, though the Russian side hasn't commented. And that would involve Iran buying many Russian advanced fighter jets, helicopters, jet aircraft trainers. The first time Iran has purchased fighter jets since the 1990s, which could be a big shift in the military power balance in that region. Clearly, of course, the conflict in Gaza between Hamas and Israel will also be high on the agenda, with Iran and Russia coming from the same perspective on this conflict, laying the blame and not necessarily on that attack by Hamas on the 7th of October, but rather on what they see as historic injustices committed by Israel towards the Palestinian people. So as that conflict escalates and grows to involve regional players, potentially like Iran, this certainly will be very high on the agenda, finding some sort of resolution, if only temporary, to that increasingly violent conflict.
Now, we saw just a day ago on Wednesday that Russian President Vladimir Putin also met with the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman in Riyadh, that he's also been meeting with officials in the UAE. He's been much more present, I suppose one could say, on the international stage. What kind of message is Putin trying to send with all of these high-profile meetings?
I think the key message the Kremlin and the Russian media want to send to the foreign audience, to the domestic audience, is really isolation. What isolation? There was a lot of focus on the way Putin was received, that Russian flag in the sky, the military flyby, the guard of honor, the gun salute, trying to show that Vladimir Putin, Moscow is still very much relevant on the global arena, and especially in that Gulf region where Vladimir Putin has many close personal relationships, including with the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. After those talks, the sides confirmed that trade volume had increased between the countries. They were looking to increase investment, cooperation on a whole range of issues. But energy really would have been the key topic following the fall in the price of oil and those rather large voluntary production cuts by Saudi Arabia, by Russia, 2.2 million barrels per day. I think further cuts and regulation of the energy market would certainly have been high on the agenda of those talks, as was confirmed by Dmitry Peskov, Kremlin spokesman, and Yuri Ushakov, Putin's foreign policy advisor, who said that cooperation in the OPEC Plus format to do with energy was fruitful. So certainly energy regulation and Russia's role as a key player on the global energy market certainly would have been discussed as well. And certainly many officials in the West would have been watching very closely what happened to that visit.